Now that we have our sprites in our locations and they are hidden, they're going to a certain location and then they're showing, I'm going to add some excitement to these sprites. I want to show you, if you go to the tutorials up here, you can find the Animate a Name tutorial, and that will bring up this tutorials section where it shows you, you can watch this video, or it shows you how to pick a letter sprite and how to do different things when you are coding. So the first thing we're going to do is, when you click on a sprite, I'm going to teach you how to change the color and or also change the costume. So I have this tutorial here, and I can shrink it if it's in my way, or I can keep it up, but I have this so that when the flag is clicked, these all appear. Now I'm going to start with when the sprite is clicked. So, and I'm going to start actually with the G. So when the sprite is clicked, I would like for the G to change color effect. So I can find in the looks, I can find change color effect by 25, and I can test that out. When I click the G, it will change color. The next thing I want to show you is the next tutorial where you can make the sprite spin. So I'm going to start with the E, and I'm going to go to events when this sprite is clicked, and I'm just going to follow this code here. So I need to find a repeat loop. I need to find the under motion, the turn 15 degrees, and then the control wait 1 second. And now when I click on the E, it should spin, and it should keep spinning until it has repeated that 10 times. If I ever want to get my sprite back to where it started, I can, of course, go down to direction and I can just place it back where it started. I also, for this sprite, I might want to add, when I click the green flag, I might want to add to start it in the 90-degree position. So I can do that with motion. The next thing that we're going to do is pick the L, and we're going to make it grow. So again, I'm just going to copy this code in events. When this sprite is clicked, I'm going to find that repeat loop. I'm going to repeat, it looks like they want it to grow or to repeat 15 times. Go back to the looks, change size by 10, and then I can actually just click this part, Control C and Control V, and that will copy that. And then I can just put a -10 here, and now when I click on this, it changes the size by 10. Now if I need that to go back to the regular size, I can click here, go to 100, and it will go back to its regular size. The last thing that I'm going to show you is if I want to change the costume altogether. So not just the color grade, but the costume. So I have this L here, and if I go over to the costumes for the L, and now I click on this Add New Sprite, and let's say I want to change the costume to this Glow L. So what I can do is I can change this color if I want. Maybe I want it to be that yellow, or I kind of like the blue. So now I have two sprites here. So when I go back, maybe when I click on, when the flag is clicked, I want to make sure that the costume is the block costume. So I'm going to have it switch costume to the block L. But then when I click on the sprite, I want it to change to the Glow L. So when I'm going to get switched to Glow L, so when I click the green flag, my letters appear, and now when I click on this L, it will change to the Glow L. And I have the color grade, the spinning, the growing and shrinking for each of those. That is, you can also add sound to your sprites. Just make sure that your sounds are appropriate and that you're using your headphones when you're adding the sounds. In order to do that, if you click on the sprite and go up to sounds, your sound library will be here. You can click on the different sounds that you like. So maybe we want can have a dog. So now the dog is showing up here. Now I'm going to go back to my code, and when I'm going to do again, when the sprite is clicked, I'm going to go to sound, and I'm going to say play sound dog 1 until done. So now when I click this, will bark at me. So that is how you can change your sprites by clicking on them.